Welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. This is our first episode, and as such there are a few small technical hiccups, one of which left us without footage of me for the majority of the episode, as well as syncing issues with my camera during the time it is actually on. Fortunately, these issues have been ironed out for future sessions, but for this episode and the next, I'll be replaced by a still image for most of the episode. We also didn't have a name at the time of this recording, a fact that we referenced a few times during the session. Other than that, we had a lot of fun, and the game ran as smoothly as you can expect for the start of a new campaign. So, let's get this started.
And welcome back from that little intro. So, the pre-intro stuff is recorded after the session, but during the session itself, I have just spent my laptop, which I was planning on recording stuff through, has shit itself and won't stay on for long enough to actually even start the show.
We had a lot of comedic jargon that didn't get recorded because we had nothing to record it, but we were laughing at.
It was the funniest part of this entire recording. You missed some good stuff.
We haven't recorded
the camera. We've got the camera recording, so we might be able to do something with it later on.
You'll see a lot of us shuffling and moving, and I did climb over the desk at some point, and Jake vaulted it twice.
And you did something that, like, you were displaying your pins, but it might look on camera like you're groping
myself. Yeah.
So I was going to say it's probably for the best that they didn't hear the stuff that happened in the session, but I guess they can find out at www.com. The website.
Darbies and Darbies. The official podcast name.
Oh God!
Pending patent.
I think we're gonna get this cut out too.
I am gonna have to buy the URL for whatever the domain for whatever show the show is called. I do.
Yeah, we don't have a name yet.
Yeah.
Just by the way.
Yeah, that's why the intro. That's why the intro is post-recorded.
Yeah.
But I do have two domains. One is Darby Quinlivan at darbyquinlivan.com.au.
I don't know why that's funny to me, because that's just your name.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, of course I have that domain. It's like, this is turning into a regular podcast all too quickly. But the other one, which brings us to why we're here today, the other one is Fierlor.com.au.
Yay!
So, Fierlor. Yeah. Fierlor is a world that I created when I first started running Dungeons & Dragons. It wasn't called Fierlor for a long time because a lot of stuff, when I started out, and Laura was in the first party.
Yeah,
so
hello.
Laura here, let's go around.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes. We'll get to characters later, but because these guys don't know what each other are playing. I think you two might have some ideas about
you might have some
characters.
Inside knowledge.
It's been in the works for a while.
Everyone knows my character's name because I forgot not to say it. Whoops. Uh-oh.
All right. So let's go around the table this way. So I'm Darby. I am our DM.
My name's Eddie. I am your local queer non-binary pal, so use any pronouns for me, please and thank you. And I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 2 years
2 years.
now?
Would have been.
Darby was my first DM.
When's Jamie's birthday?
Oh wow! Sorry, Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie and Sherelle, who
It's this time of year roughly, isn't it?
I don't know.
We'll fix it.
Sorry, Jamie. But it would have been a little bit after then that we started.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like April or something because it was at their birthday
that we decided.
We were talking about it, and I said, "Hey, I can like I run for Jake's brother." And so I could set up, like, I could run for you guys.
Yeah.
As a group.
Speaking of Jake.
Yeah.
I'm a Jake. No, my name's Jake. I'm just your cool, average Joe, but Jake. I make dumb jokes all the time, so it'll be a hit and miss, and there'll be some actual fun ones. So I hope you enjoy them and cringe at the rest. And I've been playing 2 years as well, with Darby being my first time at playing D&D with the DM.
Darby took your virginity, and also mine. Oh no.
So interesting thing. Most of the people I have run for have been I have been their first DM. There are some exceptions, particularly like up at uni when I ran there. But most of the people I have run for at home, I have been their first DM.
Yeah. You weren't the first DM I met, though. So
No.
Shout out to the Sans Pants boys.
Today
Have me
I
on your
learned.
podcast sometime again.
Have it. Long-term goal, crossover where I DM them and they DM you.
Yeah.
Their DM DMs you.
Anyways,
Come on,
speaking of Laura,
Hi, I'm Laura. I've never played D&D in my life. I've never seen a dice. Maths was obliterated from my brain the second I take breath. I don't know what I'm doing at all times, so I'm really looking forward to doing maths and D&D that I've again never played before.
Sorry, I have a really bad
I'm trying to
cold.
build a rapport with the listeners so that they have no expectations of me whatsoever.
Okay. Laura has. Laura was the first of these three. Laura was part of one of the first parties that I DM'd. Oh, now OBS pops up. So, shall we get started?
Yes.
Let's please.
I have a title for this one, but I feel like that might give a little bit too much away.
Title coming
for this
post credit.
arc.
You guys probably know the title already.
It'll probably be.
You should just like voice it in.
It'll be one of the first couple of episode titles
Insert title
when it
here.
becomes.
Darby, that's when you
might-
say it, and
It
you
might not be this episode's title. It depends on where it becomes not a spoiler for future twists.
I love it when the listeners
Is there a
know.
dragon
It's
in
gonna
this
be a
title?
dragon.
And
No.
you're going to spoil the fact that there's
No.
a dragon.
What about a dungeon?
No,
You failed D&D. You
There
had
is-
one job.
there is
Stop
something
listening
that takes the place of a dungeon.
Is it a dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very first session, you're going to be spelunking in a dragon.
Actually, that's given me an idea for
That does kind of sound cool.
for an upcoming campaign that I will run. Maybe not. We'll see. I have to actually get the motivation to write my campaign.
All right. So, it is the 11th day of Simmerid, and the feast day of the deity Simphos is fast approaching. The town square here in Fallbarrow is bustling with merchants trying to sell their wares as locals make their purchases in anticipation of the celebration of wine. You all find yourselves among this crowd for one reason or another. While there are a great many patrons within this crowd, one of them stands out more than most. Jake, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Excellent. I'm just going to start reading the introduction here. I'll throw my little card on the table once I've revealed more information about him. So, a busy place, plenty of hustle with extra bustle. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just your average day in a castle. Wait, hang on. There's yelling over there, and a whole bunch of people chasing after someone. He's fast and, oh my, quite fashionable. This cloaked figure is cutting through the crowd like butter, but it doesn't look like it'll help him much as his pursuers are plowing through the crowd with no effort whatsoever. They take a left, they take a right, and shoot under a small overpassing bridge. Finally, the rumbling of the footsteps dissipates into the distance, and we are left with only a cloud of dust in their wake. But what's that? It's hanging from under the bridge. Is that a tail? Almost if on cue. The tail falls towards the ground, with the rest of the body following suit. But before anything touches the ground, with a sudden record-scratching noise,
You brought your own soundboard.
With a sudden record scratching noise, everything stops. You can now clearly see this cloaked figure awkwardly suspended in mid-air. Yep, that's me. And the one talking earlier, that was you. But enough of that. I bet you're wondering how I got here. So, there's this guy, right? His name is Neumann, creative individual with a knack for all things mechanical and an inability for self-control at the worst of times.
Are you just gonna read the entire page?
I'm gonna make some parts quick.
Okay.
Edit out.
Wait, who's exactly this Neumann guy? I'm Neumann. Anyways, he's quite from far away, you see, all the way back in Karas. Now, Karas wasn't your perfect place to live, I'll admit it. It seemed there were always conflict no matter where you go. Karas itself feels like it's shattered into pieces. But Bapsa Shard was something else. We were somewhat segregated from the outside on a divide between thin forest and wide expanse of land. It was its own little pocket of normality and stability. We were sort of different from all the other places. It's where Neumann spent most of his life during his childhood. Neumann learned of the wonders of the world through his father's tales of his merchant adventures, and occasionally, Neumann would experience his faraway places firsthand when he went with his father. However, with his family leaving on long trips, Neumann was left in a lonely state for great spanses of time and was only left in the care of select individuals from Bapsa. To entertain himself, Neumann would poke and prod, so to speak, and annoy everyone to no end. He began to get crafty and dexterous, spending his time recycling mechanical and other resources into contraptions to aid him with his shenanigans and everyday life. Over the years, Neumann eventually began to respect the craft and developed a worshipping of Ineth, the Lady of Industry, akin to both his own and his family's interests. So, Neumann, I hear you ask, why are you here in Akasa when you clearly liked it in Karas so much? And why do you keep talking in both first and third person? Well, listen here and listen well. Listen here and listen well, I said. You remember that conflict that's always going around over there in Karas? Well, word has it was spreading to the lands nearby and we thought it was best to leave, as we usually have no interest in those affairs anyways. And thus began our new life in Insolven. Neumann and his family were given a home in Insolder. Now in his late 20s, Neumann feels confident in his tinkering skills and wishes to go beyond the limitations of the mechanical and wishes to incorporate that of the magical. Which brings us to here and now in Akasa, the magical capital, the best place to learn such talents. Again, as if almost on cue, time seems to speed up again, and the cloaked individual who is no longer suspended mid-air plummets to the ground with a thump. He quickly gets up, dusts off his bottom, and quickly paces toward you. As he nears, he outstretches his paw in gesture of a handshake. You comply, and it's complimented with a gesture, and he pulls you towards him. The figure, who doesn't look too friendly now, has a very stern face staring straight into your soul. You saw nothing, he says in an intimidating tone, much like that just then. Quickly followed with a pat on the back, a friendly smile, and a wave as he walks on by. Oh, and as for the first/third person thing, I guess my mind has a mind of its own sometimes.
What? I'm sorry. What?
Take some inspiration.
I'm very underprepared. Mine is not going to be like that.
I wrote that this morning at between the hours of about 12:30 to 2 a.m. It is now 8 p.m.
I think you said to throw it about 1 in the morning.
Boy.
That's insane.
I love how Neumann kind of just came with his own cinematic opening.
Yeah, I know.
Yep,
As soon as I got the yep, that's me. I'm like, okay, I have to do a scenario where
That's
something
literally
cool
so
happens, and I can introduce how he can behave.
I do have a
some of his
question,
skills, and slowly give you more and more information without explicitly telling you, like the fact that he's a tabaxi. I didn't say that. He just has a tail, and outstretches his paw.
We'll put the actual image up.
There's going to be a lot of very funny footage of me just looking very surprised because this is the most extra you've gone through.
He's very cool. He's very
all
dashy.
Official character art has been done by my very good friend Zoe of
Zoe's
Hazelrode.
amazing. We love Zoe.
Fantastic.
I've never met Zoe or had any interaction with her. I just sent her everything and she's like, here is your character exactly how you imagine.
We'll have to get her down here at some point or make some sort of trip up.
We love you, Zoe. Shout out to Zoe.
Yeah, amazing work. Like, you did it perfectly. You followed that material. I sent you, like, the letter. You did exactly what I wanted to do.
I sent you a lot of stuff and you just, like, made it perfect.
All right. So, nearby to that exchange, we see another patron. Eddie, if you could introduce us to your character.
Okay, so I'm just going to preface by saying mine doesn't have all the pizzazz that he had. I have a few sentences on a page.
Just before you continue, are you okay with your mic up that high relative to you?
Yeah, I have a long torso and it helps me for
okay.
what I am going to be doing with my character.
All right.
It helps me get into character, you know? I promise not to peek the mic being this close. Anyway, so, right now I have to think about how to introduce her.
Can just be like description of her appearance and basics of what
I'm
she's
gonna do that because fancy pants over here decided first out of the gate has to step it up.
Hey, I didn't want to be first out of the gate.
Yeah, he should have been last.
I mean, I still can be.
I didn't know he was going to be reading that.
But it won't make much sense.
Yeah, you didn't know how extra he'd
When I wrote this, I put him first as it was like, okay, it seems natural to just go like the one who stands out the most in a crowd. And of course, a cat man.
Yeah, I did just send him the links and then went to sleep, so I didn't really give much explanation as to here's what I will be reading on the night.
No, because we spoke on Friday about elaborating your backstory.
Yeah.
And I thought that was what that was.
So that was...
Because you had said you were sending through a document of the stuff we discussed and a bit more elaboration.
I will still add more stuff. Yes. Like, that was the simmered down version of the stuff bubbling in my head. Anyways,
Eddie, please introduce us to your character.
Okay, well, just having this general bit of conversation, I have now had a spark of inspiration of myself.
Haha.
So, flying high above the city of Fallborough?
Fallborough.
And it is a town.
It is written as a city in your documents, but I retcon that because it's never been visited before and it felt more like a town for this area.
Above the bright and wonderous character of Neumann, the introduced, I don't know if that's a real word, sorry. High above his strange and potentially dangerous interaction, there is a raven passing over the city. It flies in a seemingly random direction, circling through the streets and the towns, and any onlookers wouldn't really know where it's going. And while the flashiness of Neumann catches the attention of many passers-by, the wood elf?
Yes, wood elf.
Wood elf quietly streaks through the people, sneaking past and going unseen, which is quite ironic considering. But if you were to pay attention to the direction of the raven and the corresponding direction of the tall wood elf, you would see that their directions are almost paralleled. So I'm going to introduce Anya now.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
So this is Anya.
Again, I'll put the digital
you guys
file
will see it.
up so it's nice and clear and you can see all those details.
So Anya is a wood elf, and she hails from the land of Navora. Navora?
Yes.
Yeah.
Navora.
I'm just bad at pronunciation. I'm really sorry. So she hails from the land of Navora, which is a far-off continent from the ones that you all know and love.
As is Karas.
As is Crust.
So both of you are from completely different continents.
Yes. And while Neumann is a bright and loud foreigner, Anya slips through the shadows quietly and unseen. Now, she is blind, but as probably gathered from the context of my little introduction that was not nearly as cool as Jake's.
A raven is what she's getting at.
Yeah. So the raven is her eyes. So I do have a name for the raven. Haffrin. Yep. There we go. Haffrin. So Haffrin is her raven, and he is basically her eyes. Now she... I don't know, how much should I reveal about her? Like, he revealed a lot, and I'm like, is that going to be all in
I
his position?
implied a lot.
It's up to you. Like, you don't have to reveal all that much if you don't want to.
Okay, I might save how she got blinded for later on.
Yeah.
Not necessarily hugely later on, but it will be a nice little surprise. But basically, she is a rogue, and she's pretty sneaky, and she once... Yep. Nope. We'll see. Yeah, I love her dearly, and I'm sorry that I didn't have some elaborate wow factor introduction for her.
Yeah, doesn't make me feel bad for trying.
They're really cool.
Here's the fun thing. Both Eddie and Jake are playing rogues.
Oh, yeah.
Very different subclasses. Eddie is playing the scout, hence the slightly rangerish look.
The blind scout.
And Jake is a tinker, which is something that I homebrewed up as
That's
a
awesome.
subclass.
It's hilarious to me because I literally always play a rogue, and I've finally refrained.
So, the general composition I feel right now is very squishy. So he's hoping.
And also, Anya's accent is pending. We'll see how good it goes. We're going to blame, if it's very bad, on my cold.
Did you try the accent?
No.
Give them a little bit of a taste. Give them a little bit of a taste.
Okay.
a second.
The two of you find yourselves wandering the markets when a vibrantly dressed, seemingly elven figure draws both your eyes and ears. Could we please get a bit of an idea of this spectacle, Laura?
Yes. So, yes, as you approach, you can see, this chap here. So, I love chap. Yeah, he's pretty elven, wearing really bright colours, mostly pinks and purples and greens. And he's got kind of like a little nicely done up cart behind him, and he's got a really cool, wondrous looking bottle in his hand. He was also kind of shedding petals slightly, probably with enthusiasm. And he is basically talking to everyone around. He's got a small group of people, I assume.
Yeah, there is a small crowd.
Yeah, he tends to attract a bit of attention. And so, as you approach, you can hear him go, roll up. Have you got a moment? A moment that will change your life? Your very dull life that can be made so much more interesting and fascinating with, say, something like a cure. Yes, that's right, folks. Once again, it's Bertie, and I'm here to tell you all about this wondrous new creation. This is Bertie's elixir for the brainy, brave, and beautiful, or just breathing. So, I know, I can tell by the vacant looks on your faces that you're wondering, what could this wonderful concoction do? Well, what can it do is the right question, really. So, this is a all-in-one cure-all for everything that ails you. It aids in youthful vigor, good humours, chronic pain, listlessness, headaches, receding hairlines, feminine, masculine and non-binary or gender fluid complaints, and kidney trouble. It also gives you more clarity, more restful sleep, that little pep in your step, and that's not all. If we can speak to consenting adult here, what's more, it works wonders for reinvigorating those ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise that find they need that little extra kick to get their private life sparking again and make their partners very happy, if you catch my drift, and I think you do. So, why keep talking? Have we got anyone interested in Bertie's elixir? It goes for about maybe 2 gold. Yes, you sir, the fantastically equipped feline over there.
Yeah, I was originally going to be a bystander, but yeah, it could be Neumann.
I'll take 3.
No, that's fine. Okay, cut that out and then continue.
I'll just be a bystander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you there, sir.
I'll take 3.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it's so good. You definitely look like you could use it.
But how much?
Oh, it's only the small price of, say for a sample size, 3 gold a piece.
Excuse me, my dear. Is
Yes?
there any gluten in your potions?
Oh yes, they're all devoid of all gluten and other objectionable contents. It's all well developed by to my secret recipe. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Will this help with my athlete's foot?
Absolutely, sir. Just take some of this wondrous Bertie's elixir. Just dab a little bit on your foot at night. And then think really hard athletic thoughts, and then clear them out of your mind. Now, I will tell you, the effects won't be instantaneous. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. It's my guarantee. I've had many happy clients before, many wonderful testimonials, and they don't lie. It's Bertie's elixir will change your life.
I'll go ask my mum.
Fantastic. You do that and let her know if she wants one too. We can do a family discount.
Okay, I love him.
Excellent. I'm so glad.
Also, his character design is beautiful
Yes.
and excites me very much.
I wish my
He's a very
dandruff.
bright fellow.
I wish my dandruff was rose petals.
It's not dandruff, sir. Otherwise, I would have cured it.
I feel like my character that I chose for this campaign was like a wrong decision with the dynamic of this campaign.
You need the straight man.
Yeah, true. I don't know, maybe one day I'll swap her out for Damien, we'll see. Yeah.
Good.
Damien was going to be my, that's
Yeah,
what
he
Damien's
was.
original purpose was
Yeah.
for this podcast. You guys might meet him in the future, so I won't tell you much about him.
I reckon
we
this
may
could
all
work.
die in this
I mean-
episode,
We'll see.
And if it makes you feel any better, I will be playing Neumann a little bit more seriously than how I introduced him. But I wanted to be the introduction to be memorable and powerful.
That's all right.
I feel like I achieved that.
Anya's good for times.
So
We're good, yeah.
But
in
also,
case
he's
you were
just
both like
continuing.
amazing at introduction.
Everyone's fantastic.
I'm very sorry, dear listener.
in the case
Also
of you two, it's up to you guys. Would you have worked together before, or are you complete strangers?
I would assume we're strangers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
But
assuming strange, but I was assuming we'd go into this campaign having
Yes.
known each other
Okay.
or starting that. I had that prepared, but
You did not discuss this.
With the player.
Edit this out.
All right. So, it's a decent way through the day, but there's still scope to explore the markets. You might also decide you want to go book a room somewhere, or what have you. What is everyone wanting to do?
Well, so that's very exciting. That's my main game. Aim for the day. Spend especially on such a wondrous feast day. I've got some wonderful customers. I mean, having a nice, lots of cool people that I can meet and sell and change the life of.
What we might do to kind of cover that, because that's a lot. And you've kind of given a sample of that in your introduction too. I might get you to roll me a
Nat 1, Nat 1, Nat
First
1.
roll of the night. This is
I might
great.
get you to roll a nat one.
Okay, it's done.
I have a proposition, and whether you include this in the cut or not, who knows. But could we possibly roll against each other to see if, sorry, I've forgotten your character's name already.
Bertie.
To see if Bertie in any way convinces Anya of purchase. Because she's not necessarily easily swayed, but she's also
Sure, like he would just
foreign, so she
even
doesn't.
if you were just standing there, he would just pounce.
Yeah, if
If
you're
you're
there.
there. Sure.
What I will do is
We can RP a bit of that. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
for sure.
There's probably
which skill.
definitely ample
So
reason.
I'll get Laura. I'll get you to roll me a persuasion check.
Nat 1!
It's fine. We'll RP it. It'll be great.
Is that a Nat 1 or is that a 7?
I might say with advantage because you actually did your spiel, and
It was
Oh,
quite
fine.
good.
Okay,
I don't want the first roll of the game.
That's not awesome. That was a nat 1, by the way, guys. We might edit that out in post. It's all fun. We'll edit out most of the post.
The very first roll, even if
was
it
a
ended up
nat
getting advantaged away, was a nat one.
That's wild. Yeah. So was it persuasion? Was
Yes.
it? Yeah. So that's a 22.
And with you two, I'll get you to roll an insight check.
It's different on this sheet than. Sorry, that was probably a very bad sound clip there. I apologise. So that for me is a 13.
13?
And a 12.
12. Okay, so that's... And yours was like a 20...
Sold.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold to the only bidders.
Yes. All right.
So I'm not going to force you to buy one, but you are definitely enraptured by
Do we want
the
to
idea of this
RP that?
product.
Sure. All right. Who wants to? I'll go. All right. You there? Fellow elf, I can see, has approached the throng. Hello there. May I ask your name?
Hello, my name is Anya.
Anya. Wow, wonderful. You have a wonderful, wonderful voice, Anya. And now I can tell you came here because you have something that I can help you with, that Bertie's elixir can enrich your life with.
Actually, I am just here to explore this continent.
Oh, you're a foreigner. Oh, welcome to our castle. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. As a native of this continent myself, I'm always really happy to meet people from all walks of life. And I must tell you, if it's your first time in our casa, there's no better souvenir you can have than my elixir. I mean, I'm practically a local here. So, what's better than getting a knick-knack that you're never going to use? Why don't you get Bertie's elixir? It works as a healing potion. It's a salve. It restores hair. It could wash that wonderful blindfold you seem to be wearing. You know, it's gets out tough stains, all that sort of stuff. It's
So may I examine your face, please?
Examine my face. Well, I must say that's not a new request, but it's the first one of the day, so of course I'm very game. Sure.
My examination is somewhat different due to my impairment. Is this fine? I may have to lay my hands on your face.
Oh, hands. That's absolutely fine.
If you are
No,
not
maybe
fine with
not, but
touching, I also have a raven that may examine you closely, but I find the bird intimidates many people.
I'm sure your raven is very lovely, Anya, but I'm more than happy. Of course. Feel away.
How do we roleplay feeling sounds?
Oh,
Bertie
yes.
is like completely unswayed. He's just like standing there like, yep.
I am sure that this is what many will call an attractive face.
Jake.
Oh, well, I do some foley work there.
Very.
Yes,
You are Elven, yes?
yes, I am
Yes,
Elven.
similar bone structure. Yeah.
Yes, precisely. Yes. What sort of if it's not too tough a question, what sort of where do you hail from on an Elven standard, may I say?
I am from the woodlands,
Oh, a woodland
but
elf.
a little bit of everywhere.
Oh,
really.
wonderful. Oh, excellent. Yes. Well, aren't
But
we all?
this elixir, yes, you have attractive face. I can see that you are good at self-advertisement.
Yes,
maybe we'll-
precisely. Yes, I mean, I must say, I every day use the elixir to rejuvenate my skin and slick back my hair. You know, it's I'm glad to concede in action.
I
In
cannot
my
see my
face.
own skin, so I probably will not need it for that. What other
My apologies.
purposes may I
Oh.
use it for?
Well, depends on what sort of things you enjoy. I mean, it's a nice cologne or perfume, but it's good at getting out nasty stains. Or
May I feel the packaging, please?
You'll have to be a little bit more specific there. The potion, I assume. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh,
My dear.
Oh, yes. No. Yes. Of course.
He just like puts it, shoves it straight in your hands.
It feels.
He's kind of like hovering there, like if you like chuck it or something,
Yeah.
it's gonna catch it.
What does the potion bottle look like? Do you have
Oh,
like
yeah,
a?
I actually have a picture. Like one there.
Is it like
Yes, I
that?
did like that. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a whole bottle. They're like all different bottles, basically.
Yes. This is a glass bottle. Yes.
Yes, it is. Would I lie to you? Would I lie to this person?
I think not.
I have
Precisely.
just met you, so I do not know. But I will take one. How much?
Oh yes, for you only 3 gold.
Oh no. How much gold do I have?
But I'm willing to make a discount.
I have a little bit.
I'm willing to make
I
a
couldn't
discount.
find any
I'm such
actual
a nice
gold
guy.
in all our notes. You might
I
have.
had a little bit left over because
Yeah.
I did purchase, like I did buy.
Yeah. Let's.
I do not have 3 gold. I apologize for wasting your time.
Let's.
I don't have money.
Oh, no money. Well, that's all right. I'm quite busy because of the festival, but normally I would be, of course, willing to make other arrangements. But
Do you do like sample bottles?
oh yes. In fact, I have a small vial here.
Is
that's a
this
little
the
sample.
otherworldly Sephora? We have many on my continent.
Oh,
What we'll do is because
Bleep,
you're the only
sorry.
one without like gold on you, we'll say you've got 10 gold.
10 gold. All right. Okay. All right.
cut all that out.
3 gold?
3 gold. Yes, 3 gold. Only 3 gold.
Would you do 2 gold?
Well, you drive a hard bargain, and I'm a man who's not too easily swayed, but for a newcomer to the continent and as a wonderful souvenir of your time in Arkaza, I will do 2 gold.
And because I am an elf, would you possibly do 1 gold?
Well, the problem is, I have a lot of people that rely on me, and I do need to pay out all of those people. There's lots of expenses, crafting my wondrous elixir.
1 gold and 5 silver?
Well, I don't know. Folks, should I give it to her for 1 gold and 5 silver? Do you think Bertie's elixir is worth 1 gold and 5 silver?
Or maybe she helped you sell it afterwards or something.
Yes, well, actually, how
I am
about-
in need of a job, but I will not do job for free. Thank you.
I sort of just gave away my bargaining tactic. Like, whatever.
How about I'll give it to you for 1 gold and 10 silver, however it was that you said. But you've got to take some of my fantasy business cards.
1 gold and 10 silver is 2 gold. That was not the bargain that I was trying. I see through your trickery.
Oh
sir.
dear. You are a perceptive one.
Is that a play on my blindness? How dare you? Only 1 gold now.
Oh no! I want 1 gold. 1 gold. 1 gold for the lovely lovely wood elf.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
1 gold for the lovely wood elf here. Sold. But you must take a business card. I insist.
I cannot read this.
It's fine. Just give it to the next person you see. The next person you meet. Just
The
give
next
it to
person I see?
the next person you come across. Just put it in their hand and walk away. How about that?
You, sir?
What
Sir?
you got there? Hey, that looks pretty interesting.
This elf wants me to give this card to someone. You seem like someone who is in close proximity to me.
Yeah,
So
I'll take it. I got no.
you may take this now.
Excellent.
I take
Interest,
card.
Eddie. Is Anya always looking through Hafren's eyes?
No.
No.
So there was a little conversation that I wanted to have with you about that.
Yeah,
But just for the sake
we can
of,
do
in
that,
case you
yeah.
weren't, like, he probably would have, like, brushed up, like, put a hand
Yeah.
on your shoulder or something to try and get to
Okay,
the front. Because
have you seen the TV show Daredevil?
I've seen the first season.
Then you get the concept
Yes.
that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
the world is on fire.
Yeah.
For any listeners out there.
Yeah, I'm just asking to determine
Yeah.
passive perception. So
Yeah, I'm just
and
retconning
what you're possibly
Raven's
able to
sight.
see.
And
Yes.
because he is circling above
Yeah.
at the moment, that would
Yeah.
just be the general
Yeah.
like vicinity of the streets so that she doesn't like bump into him.
To clarify, everyone was granted a free feat during character creation. They're playing at level 3, but I give everyone a free feat just to give an extra little bit of flavour.
Now I've got 3
Eddie,
feet.
I won't reveal too much, but Eddie has a familiar because she's got magic initiate and
Yeah.
took find familiar as her spell. I won't reveal what cantrips you took, but
yeah. And like there's reasons.
yeah.
There's a whole backstory.
Yeah, there is story behind this magic
Anya
initiate
is
stuff.
the mysterious one, apparently.
Well,
Because the other two are very showy.
every party needs a mystery.
Alright. Hey, you up there, I'm assuming your name's Bertie. Hey.
Yes, that's Bertie. Welcome, my feline friend.
I'm actually pretty interested in that potion you got there. I'm actually not from around here, if you can't notice that.
No. Well, all kinds come to our casa. It's wonderful to make your acquaintance.
Well, I'm actually here to learn a bit about magic, and I'm assuming that's some sort of alchemy you've got there.
Yes, you could say that. It's a combination of many properties. It's a trade secret, I must say, but yes, there are some fantastic qualities to it. After all, it's my miracle elixir.
Look, I will admit you've already sold me on it, so you don't need to sell me anymore.
Oh,
Trust me, but I just want to make this quick. Now, I just wanted to propose a deal because I saw this lovely lass who I yelled at before to help you sell it. Didn't really take up on my strategy there, so I'm going to offer it again. So basically, I have a method I reckon which could help you and sell your product if you wanted to give it to me for a heavily discounted price of nothing. Or I'll cut you a better deal.
Yes.
1 gold.
Oh boy, this is certainly an interesting day today. So,
But I propose a drastic, exponential even, increase in sales with my little trick that I can offer you.
oh yes.
For free, if you give me that little bottle there for a cheap price of 0 to 1 gold.
Well, see my wonderful, dashing, fairy friend. Can you see the crowd around me? Can you see the people who are waiting to be cured by Bertie's elixir or just want to live a more interesting life? I don't need that kind of help.
You can
I
see
cannot see anything.
you can see Neumann. You can see that the crowd surrounding this kind of wagon-based stall is definitely gathering much more interest than like particularly compared to the rather sad looking sculpture store next to it.
Oh.
The sculptor's stand.
Anya is browsing the sculpture stand, but with her hands. The sculpture man is probably
so
not
nervous.
very happy.
Roll me an investigation check, because it's not really perception when it's with your hands. But you two continue on.
All right. You convinced me. How about 2 gold then, and we call it a day? I'm really interested in what you got there. I wanted to mainly I just wanted to see what it tastes like.
Oh, of course. Well, it tastes like many things. It's of course it has a taste. So
And a taste is what I'm after.
yeah, that's it. Well, of course. So 2 gold it is.
Yeah,
I
so
can do
like-
that
Newman will.
for a newcomer to the
Yeah.
continent.
So Newman will like flick it with his thumb towards you.
All right, I'll catch it.
I won't make you roll for that. It's simple.
He just catches it. Bertie is like
think-
really into gold. So
I think Bertie's got half decent dexterity, so.
yeah, he got pretty good dexterity.
As Newman was flicking though, he did notice a few individuals around who looked like they wanted to jump up and grab it.
Yeah.
But he sort of turned his head around very quickly and death stared them like, no.
Can I roll for Huffred to get the coin from out of the air?
You forget that Newman is a cat.
How high up is Haffred at the moment?
Like a regular decency high. Like he has to be high enough to sort of see the street where Anya is and see at least enough specifics that she wouldn't be bumping into people.
So 50 feet. I think 50 feet is the fly speed of a raven, isn't it?
I will check that.
Yes, I did print you off a
Yeah, I
stat
did see
block
that.
for the raven.
Yeah, 50 feet.
50 feet. So that is about.
This is not a character choice of Anya, by the way. This is exclusively Haffred, who also has a vested interest in gold because he is a raven.
About 15 meters. 15 or so meters up. So it's probably within his fly speed to be able to swoop down.
Get it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll?
Roll me. We'll make this an opposed dexterity check between Bertolt and
Oh my god.
Written.
Haffred.
That.
What was it, Dex?
Yeah.
15!
Oh my god.
You see as this bird swoops down and nips at the coin and flies off again.
I'm gonna write that on Haffred's character sheet.
Oh my gosh. 1 gold. No, 2 gold.
The bird
Is
can
it
buy
2
stuff
gold?
now. It was 2 gold.
It was 2 gold. Oh
Yeah,
my
making
gosh.
it.
I will say he's not capable of grabbing 2 coins.
Oh yeah, yeah.
grab
Then
one
one
coin.
gold. I'm happy with 1 gold. It means I break even.
So you grab a coin and notice there's only one of these. The bird's gone off with it.
Also, meanwhile, Newman's hairs are like on end. His pupils are fully open, staring at this bird. He looked like he was about to pounce on this bird. There's a. Oh, well, that was an awful shame now, wasn't it? Look, I don't like being fairly unfair, and to be honest, that was a mistake on my end. So here, you can have this gold, and I'll actually give it to you this time.
Oh,
Here you go.
Yeah, jokes on you guys for
appreciate
being
your
showy.
I appreciate your honesty, sir. I hope you enjoy Bertie's elixir. Now remember, not all the effects will happen immediately, but they will
But
happen.
they will happen.
That's
I
it.
did
It
hear
won't
that.
happen overnight, but they will happen.
Excuse me, sir. Are there
Yes.
any refunds?
No, there are, in fact, just letting you know, I probably should have mentioned this to everyone. Yes, Bertie's Elixir and my company, none of us are...
I do love that Jake has clearly established a pattern of playing like animal, like the
Animal characters.
anthropomorphic characters that actually take on like aspects of like particularly the predator-prey relationship of the animal. Like Us
funny,
from the
yeah.
last campaign was obsessed with trying to eat the wizard's rat familiar.
Yeah. So Us was like what raven like in
Aarakocra.
appearance. So it's very ironic that you are now playing a cat.
Yeah.
What are you going to play
wild
next? A dog?
times.
And then above that, what eats
The
a
food
dog?
chain.
And another thing
What eats a dog? I'm half expecting it to eventually play a Loxodon,
Yeah.
which are just like elephant folk.
one of my favorite things that I did play with my old character, Us, was he's a bird, and birds do these weird things where, like, in silence, they'll just tilt their head like 90 degrees, and that's something I did all the time.
It would crack me up because I'd be sitting right next to him. We sat in these exact places where we are now, and he'd just do it while he was RPing as Us, just naturally,
great.
and I just cackled.
That is so good.
Yeah, anyway.
We need to make like
I love
an
it.
outside podcast for discussing stuff.
Definitely. All right.
Anyway.
So continue.
Yes.
Well, it's a shame you didn't want me to help, but I understand, and you've got a lot of people here to tend to, so,
Excuse me, cat sir. I had a question
yes.
and you interrupted
No,
me.
actually, there, Missy, I wanted to ask you, if you don't want
yes?
that thing anymore, obviously you're not getting a refund anymore. I'll happily...
What
take it
about
off your hands.
exchanges?
Okay, so if you look at the label, it does actually say in an asterisk, discontinue use if side effects occur. Bertie and associates are not responsible for any poor or average results if not used correctly or simply not compatible on a very rare occasion. Change of mind is not an option. So yeah, I'm sorry. It breaks my heart that you are even considering that you may not be completely satisfied. But look, I'm just trying to make a living here, lady.
What if it's opened? Can I return it then?
Definitely not. And you would be you, my good lady, are probably the bane of many a retail and capital.
Yeah, Jake, you're having flashbacks.
I'm afraid I can't help you, but as I said,
I'll
keep
take
taking
another 5, thank you.
Absolutely, another satisfied customer, everyone. Thank you.
My mum said I wasn't allowed some, but I stole her money, and I'll take 4.
Fantastic. I support you. You are going to go far, kid. How old are you? 6?
I don't know.
Fantastic. Well, I'll take the gold, and you can have the potion.
all right.
Enjoy.
Before you guys basically improv NPCs into giving Laura a small fortune,
Yeah, true. How much gold? Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Party gold.
I'm the way we're gonna deal with the rest of your sales for the day is I'm gonna get you to roll me a perception check, persuasion check, and we'll use that to determine your gold on top of the canon 27 gold from these two random NPCs.
I guess it
Plus, what's your result?
So it's with the skill.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
I believe you
8.
got a +5.
yeah. So it's an 8. I didn't roll very well.
Well,
I love it when I create a character that is meant to be super charismatic and then I keep
No, they're the
the
best.
D&D curse.
They're
But
my
that's fine.
favorite. Is the characters that are meant to be very
He's
good
already
at
made
a certain thing and they just
sales
aren't.
today, so this is kind of fun.
Well, if only you had some assistance.
you just haven't reached out to the right people.
Yeah, that's it. Probably
So-
most of the gold I already have, I've already made for the day.
Yeah. We'll say so accounting for like the 9 that these guys improved.
Sorry, Darby.
We'll make it around 10. So you have 30 gold on top of what you've got.
Thank you, excellent. And of course, when I finish up the day, I'm just kind of like at the poorly selling statue seller.
Yeah. Roll me a
whatever happened
insight
with-
check.
Anya and the statues.
Just because you've been beside him all day, so you can you've kind of
So that's 21.
21. Okay, for that, yeah, he seems a bit odd, kind of reclusive fellow. He reaches out to kind of wealthier looking individuals, doesn't do like the mass sale type of thing that you tend to do. Obviously statues very much a niche thing. You're not sure if it's because he's injured or what's going on, but he does seem to, or whether it's that he's a salesman for someone else who actually makes the sculptures, but he doesn't seem to have, like, looking at his hands and his body through various glances throughout the day, he doesn't seem to quite have the dexterity or strength that you would expect from a stonemason.
His hands aren't calloused. Soft, moisturized baby boy hands.
Yeah, that's it. If he used, he's obviously been using Bertie's.
All right. So, what? Everyone else?
Anya did stop by the that exchange was happening.
Yes.
Anya did stop by the store. We rolled. She was feeling the.
Yes.
Just a.
Yeah. You rolled like.
I rolled a 3.
Probably why I wasn't doing
Does
so
she
well.
break a statue?
I will say you're having a weird time of it. You can't quite make out the details, but feeling around the statues, they do feel very detailed, but like almost like you're getting an information overload. Like there's so many details here that it's hard to actually make out what you're groping at.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What is this?
It is a man.
If you say it is a statue, I will leave.
It is a statue of a man.
You said it was a statue.
Of a man, yes.
Okay, what is the man doing? You will have to describe to me. I cannot. It's too detailed.
This man is standing in place. It's almost a very regal pose, if I do say so myself.
Is this your work?
Yes.
It is very complicated. I don't think I much like it. But thank you for displaying your wares. I will move on.
That's it. That's the end of the exchange.
Yeah. All right.
If Bertie manages to pick that up, he can't just like looks over and is like.
So yeah, you've probably already got a room being. Have you been to this festival before?
I mean, I'd assume he's at the first day.
Yes.
But I'd assume he probably would have booked a room the night before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got a room.
Anya would likely have done the same thing, considering she's a seasoned traveller.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Knowing her, she came in with a group of people and then left.
Yeah. All right. So you haven't got a room. Neumann probably doesn't have a room at this point. All right. So it's getting late in the afternoon at this point. People are starting to pack up for the day.
Are you anywhere near me?
Yeah, it can be. He's mainly just been hanging around sort of like the market area.
Okay.
I also would have assumed, could we maybe do an assumption that there would be like a merchant contact through his father, that someone he might be able to speak to, potentially having their own place to stay?
Probably not in Fallbarrow. Fallbarrow's a bit far out from.
I just thought that's something I could plug in there.
And there's enough people from there. There's probably enough people from out of town that you might be able to find someone that you're like someone that has some business with your father among like the visiting merchants, but not so much in Fallbarrow itself. Like not the locals.
Yeah, he'll go purchase a room. But were you wanting to do something?
Yeah. So, Hafrit circles a little while Anya is wandering the marketplace, and Hafret notices that it's getting a bit dark. And Anya kind of doesn't really know her way about. So, Hafret, who is quite bright and also knows that you have gold, with their bond, points out to Anya where you would be. So
It's not hard to be out of a crowd. I have a very, very flamboyant hat and a very,
showy.
very flamboyant cloak. I'm also a cat.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah, what's going on?
What is your name?
My name is Neumann. It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Anya, and I would like to ask you a favor, if that is okay.
Yeah, shoot away.
Free of charge, please.
Shoot away. Yeah, I've already lost enough gold. Like, this Bertie bloke, I bargained myself down to 2 gold and ended up paying the full price anyways.
So Anya's eyes kind of widen a little bit, but then she just schools her. Oh, well, no, you can't see her eyes. But under her blindfold,
you see the brow. Roll me an insight check.
yeah.
And where is Hafren during this
Oh,
experience?
he's still up above. He's yeah.
I already know. So that's a 10.
10. Yeah, you kind of notice
Brow
the
rises a little bit.
the shifting of the brow as if the eyes under the bandages are
Might have
widening.
been surprised.
Do you know something about that? Yeah, that bird. Do you see that bird?
I can see a bird, yes. But back to the
that's
matter
funny.
at hand.
I'm sorry. I need to check up on something there. Now I'm assuming you're blind.
Not a lot gets past you, does it?
Only on Wednesdays. Anyway, how do you see the bird? I'm just legitimately interested.
I can hear the bird flapping wing.
Oh, there you go.
Do I have to roll a deception check?
No, I don't care. No.
I mean, you can.
Newman was just curious. He is a
Depends on
cat.
how actually cares, I guess.
Anyway, back to the favor, please,
Yes.
before you ask more questions.
Sorry, I can't. I get a little carried away sometimes.
I can see. No, I cannot.
None.
None. Would you be able to guide me to the nearest inn?
I could bloody try, but I'm not actually from round these parts, so I've got a general gist of.
Okay, but see, the thing is, I cannot read signs.
Yes, but I can. I see where this is going.
Yes.
I reckon with you and me, with our powers combined, we can be quite a team.
I'm just gonna, not that you guys would know this, but Hafred is a crow. Hafred can't read. So Anya genuinely does need help when it's things that involve reading. Because of the way that the site works, because it's more of a proximity thing rather than, Daredevil rules.
Yeah.
We can talk more about
Yeah.
this if you are unhappy with
Yeah.
any of this.
I think this kind of works as like the typical, and then you can
Add detail.
then what we'll say, we might change this later on, but just quick and fast roll. So that's just so the character isn't like
OP. Like,
just so that you're not overly punished for a character choice with the blindness. It is that kind of weird vision. You can kind of focus in as the Find Familiar spell to do that, but because like maybe you don't like doing that too often because it
expends a lot of energy. It might maybe
and it's a bit disorientating.
Yeah.
Like think out of body experience type thing.
Yeah, it'd be seeing more through Hafret's eyes rather than Hafret guiding me.
Yes.
All right, let's get started then.
Would you please guide me to an inn, and if you cannot, maybe guide me to someone who can.
Yes, so I was just going to say actually, if I fail to find an inn, I'm pretty sure I can. I've got a map here, I think.
You also have the ability.
This is a question to the DM.
Of this town? They're not very common for...
Oh, okay, so you can't just walk into the information center and pick up a map for
That
$2
seems
for $2.
Maybe in a city.
Yeah.
Maybe in a city you might find something, but here not so much.
Huh. Well, I don't know why I thought it had a map, but I know we can always ask around. And there was that cheery fellow earlier. I think he mentioned to you that he'd be happy to help us out around town. They're local, apparently. So.
You've probably managed. You've been talking around enough through the day together that there are 3 taverns, but only one of them is an actual inn. So the inn is the Wind and Wyvern. So it does your guest house, it does your food. You're not if you're staying there, you're not under any obligation to eat there. But the cost does cover breakfast. The other taverns are the floating candle, which is on the more extravagant end. It's not the city, so it's not like overly opulent. But
Are there floating candles there?
the occasional, yeah.
So they have enough money for basic charms.
And that is extravagance for Fallbarrow.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah,
despite
It's
the
a
fact
town.
that despite how magically integrated a lot of Arkaza is, Fallbarrow actually operates for the most part without it. There are a couple of there's one priest, there's maybe a couple of low-level casters in the town guard, and that's about it. Most magic items that people would buy would be from days like today, where there's the traveling merchants. And there were a slew of very simple magical items available at the markets if you were to decide to go to those. So there's the floating candle, which is mostly the few nobles and the merchants of Fallbarrow, and then the Stone Cup is kind of the working man's tavern, reasonably cheap, but can get a little rowdy. But the Wind and Wyvern would be where you want to go to actually get a room.
I've heard good things about this Wind and Wyvern place.
I have heard that it is a place where I can sleep. So if you could please go.
All right. So you find
Leave me.
Okay,
leave
it sounds like you're in a rush. So
You
I won't keep
misunderstand.
you.
This is a very odd exchange, and I would like it to be over as soon as possible.
We go.
Bertie, you would
I am
be
not
staying,
from here.
Yes.
in probably a double 2-bedroom in the Wind and Wyvern because you've got your assistant with you.
Assistant.
Say no more.
That's going to be really funny footage with the look that Jake and I just gave each other.
Because it's cheaper to buy the two-bedroom than to buy a single. But it's up to you whether you're spending your evening at the Wind and Wyvern or at one of the other taverns.
Well, if these guys are going to be at the Wind and Wyvern, let's say he's at the Wind and Wyvern.
All right. Yeah. So
Chattering.
yeah, as you two enter, you see Bertie from before.
No, I do not.
Newman sees and Haffron sees.
Haffron's not coming in.
Okay.
Well,
There's
So now you
probably like
Haffron will look in through
yes,
windows.
There's
but,
a perch that Haffron.
He's not
lays
coming
on
in
and you
immediately.
can-
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
because I have an actual idea for this. So Haffron, from outside of the inn, sees old mate Catman,
that's me.
and Anya enter, and he watches from the windows, and also tentatively searches for a other way to get in
Okay.
that will not alert the cat.
In the inn.
Are there any windows of maybe the second level or something that are...
Get Hafren to roll
Yeah.
me an investigation check.
So hang on, is this
So
whole
if he doesn't have an investigation check, that is an intelligence check.
is this whole ordeal happening right now because the bird's somewhat intimidated by Neumann?
You're a cat.
Alright, just double checking.
start for our eventual party. That's a 6.
I mean,
6.
He has a negative 4.
He's
He's an animal.
yeah.
First one.
He doesn't get advantage on investigation, or is that just perception?
That's just perception.
Just perception.
And it's not advantage, it's proficiency.
Just pass it here.
I might be reading
Pass
it
the
wrong.
sheet here. There should be a feature. No, I'm thinking of the eagle. The raven's got the mimicry feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why I chose Raven.
Yeah. All right.
G'day, mate.
So with that, we might leave that for now. With you entering the tavern and your bird struggling to find a way in.
Did he find one?
It's at the moment, no. He's still searching.
I'm back after the break.
Yes. Yeah. Come back next time
Now
to see
here's
if
a word from the sponsors we don't have.
to see if the bird manages to find its way into the tavern.
find out next time if the bird manages to get into the inn
On Darby's
without
Dungeons
being eaten.
and Darby's Dragons. A podcast made by Darby.
Thanks for listening.
All right.